A man's personality and character is exuded through his haircut. Your image is important. Our high-end services range from a traditional haircut and shave to gray blending, beard shaping, and unwanted hair removal. Located at 425 Victoria Avenue East. Book your appointment online now at modernmen.ca or call Tammy 306-522-4111. Modern Men, a haircut for the modern man.
Hello, I'm Sean McNall, owner of TG Marketing. We are a promotional product company located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Originally founded by Tom G. McNall in 1985, we are now in our 35th year of business. My brother Ryan and I, along with our great staff, have carried the torch since Tom retired in 2011. For those of you who don't know what we do, we sell items with a company's logo on it, like clothing, pens, phone chargers, Bluetooth speakers. The list of products available is endless. Our products are a great form of advertising. Whether you want to give a gift to a valued client or show your appreciation to your staff, we have a friendly team that can help find the right product for your needs. The key to our success has been our customer service and our vast knowledge of products in our industry. We ask the right questions to get you in line with the proper product for the project you are working on. Stop by 1046 Winnipeg Street and view our showroom. Get some ideas for that next promotion you're working on. Let's make your business what everyone's talking about.
Bedard versus Braden. I know that might be a disservice to everybody else on the ice, but that's what I'm going to be hyping up tonight.
How about that?
Pretty exciting. Both those players get lots of ice time. Dave Struch is not shy about playing the kid. Played him in every position on the power play. Warrior kid's good too. Jagger looked good. Won the game for them in a shootout the other night. And those guys aren't all the focus. There are a lot of good players on both sides, so it should be a fun game tonight.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Well, it certainly was, and we cruise into a brand new day, hump day, as they say. RP here and Moose DuPont there. How you doing, Moose?
I'm doing well.
You having a good day?
I'm having a great day. You?
How do you like this switch back to 10 a.m. Sask time? Feels good to me.
Yeah, I like it after the show. In the morning, I like the mornings having more time, usually, but I also like being done a little earlier.
Yeah, just rolling into the show. I like it.
Yeah.
And morning time to our folks out there. Boy, we got some interesting mail, by the way. I didn't tell you. Email, of course, from some viewers out in British Columbia that if we have time today, I want to read it. Some cool guys, some NHL guys that are just enjoying the daytime sports talk out there.
Yeah, that'd be great.
There's nothing else going on. And, hey, breaking news today. I actually don't have it in my Quick Six show topics, but I should. The Buffalo Sabres, on the heels of last night's loss to the New Jersey Devils, have fired their head coach, Ralph Kruger, this morning. I don't know how many they've lost in a row. 12?
11.
11? Okay, it's coming up in my NHL leftovers, what the Sabres are doing, but they have not yet named a coach. Their general manager, Kevin Adams, is meeting with the media, I think, now, or he already has. I'm interested to see whom he names. And actually, I'll pick up on the rest of that in the Quick Six show topics here. But again, the Buffalo Sabres firing their coach this morning. Our guests today on the program come from the Saskatchewan Rattlers of the CEBL. If you've noticed, the Canadian Elite Basketball League is getting a lot of pub and hype. Their season is actually just around the corner. And Barry Rawlyk and Chad Jacobson of the Rattlers are going to be joining us. And Kaleb Dahlgren, which is a national name. He is a survivor of the Humboldt Broncos crash on April the 6th, 18. And Kaleb Dahlgren has a book out, and he'll be coming up in the hour 2 to join us. So I'm looking forward to chatting with Kaleb and seeing him again. Okay, quick 6 show topics, please. Director Jordan, thank you. And I'll get to all the viewer comments in a moment. But there's a lot to get to here. NHL leftovers from last night. Darren and I were calling a game, so I didn't watch any NHL hockey, but I saw the highlights, of course, this morning. And here's one. How did Buffalo win 6 games? Like, they've lost 11 in a row. Where did they win their 6 games?
I know.
Because they're so bad.
12 in a row.
You looked it up?
I was wrong.
Does it matter?
No.
At this point?
But I thought this was a good hockey team. Like, the roster's good. I think it's a culture problem. I really do.
Yeah, most times it is.
And the coach might be able to change that.
They're 0-0. That's what the new coach will say.
Yeah.
Right? Forget about the last 11. And so Bruce Boudreau on this show yesterday said that he has not talked with the Sabres. Has that changed in 24 hours? That's the question. Would the Sabres fire their coach and then go and hire somebody? Or search for somebody? I could see it. Because they just don't seem to know what they're doing.
Put an interim guy in for a bit.
Well, I'm just saying, usually you got your next guy lined up, and when you gas the last guy, you announce the next guy, and they're not doing that. So nothing am I putting anything past the Buffalo Sabres. My third leftover is my new favorite commercial. Less talky, more skatey. Isn't that for Harvey's?
Yeah.
With a guy standing on the ice eating the hamburger and he's yelling at the players.
That's right.
Keep more drilling.
That's right.
I love that commercial, and I see it 1,800 times a day, and I never get tired of it. I think it's Harvey's. Wings won. Wings won. Just pointing that out. Detroit won. They're now the 3rd worst team in the NHL. Worse than them, the Seattle Kraken and Buffalo Sabres. And lastly, the New York Islanders' winning streak snapped at 9 games. And then there was the hit on Jared Tenorti last night, which I thought was clean. So that's my 6th leftover. Did you see it?
Yeah,
the Pittsburgh game?
Yeah, I did.
Totally clean.
Maybe a 2-minute penalty, but no, it didn't look like a 5 in a game. And it definitely won't be suspendable because they took care of it on the ice. But no, I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay, thank you, Pinks. He's telling us that the Sabres, meeting with the media here this morning, have hired as head coach Matt Ellis and assistant coach Dan Girardi. So there's your next head coach of the Buffalo Sabres, Matt Ellis. And Bruce Boudreau was clearly telling us the truth yesterday that he has not spoken with the Buffalo Sabres. From some of our... Okay, hey, you know what? Thank you. Roxanne Theris writes in from Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions. And Roxanne, I say this with the utmost respect. She says, Dupes, you need to pinch Rod. I don't see him wearing any green. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Just checking in from sunny Saskatoon today.
She's been in here.
Yeah, well, not only can we not wear green because this is a green screen behind us and you wouldn't see us. I'm going to say this with the utmost of respect, but also openness and honesty. I'm an alcoholic in recovery. I do not celebrate St. Patrick's Day at all. So have fun, everybody. And by the way, my life's never been better. It's never been better. But St. Patrick's Day to me is just another day of the year. It used to be Super Bowl, Grey Cup, Christmas, all rolled into one. But I don't even acknowledge it anymore. So hence, no green. Even if we didn't have a green screen, I wouldn't be wearing green. That's my problem, not your problem, but that's why we're not wearing green. Moving on. Point 2, the United Football Players Association. Let's just clarify that just before yesterday's show, they announced the statement that they are hearing that the CFL is going to cancel the next 2 seasons. I denounced it without even having to check with the CFL, but they denounced it and said this league has nothing to do with us. I was on that XFL podcast last night, the XFL Mark podcast, and we talked about all of this, and the hosts are great. Look it up at XFL Mark. They're dropping it tomorrow. But they said the union, the ultimate union, what the hell is it? The United Football Players Association, they have the right idea. And I would agree with them. They're not bad guys. And they came back at me yesterday and said, oh, you wait. When they cancel the season, you wait. We told you. Listen, I don't want to fight with the football guys. I'm on the football guys' side. I'm on the players' side. I've made that very clear. But if they cancel the season, it's not going to be because of anything you guys said. Right? It's going to be a statement from the commissioner, Randy Ambrosi. Yes, you're hearing it. I'm hearing it. And I know you fully believe there won't be a season because that's what you're hearing. But you can't put in a statement or a news release that you're hearing rumors, so we're going to make a statement. That's all. But would you agree that they have the right intentions? They weren't trying to stir up anything with the
I don't
fake
think
news.
so. I think they believe it. They've heard this, and they want to educate the players. And they're also trying to. I understand why you. I see why you put that on social media. You put that on social media because you're a small union, and you want to have more players part of your union, and you want to show the players that you're looking out for their best interests, right?
Yeah.
And how else do you communicate to the mass public to say, look, we can be an asset for you. We're looking out for you. We're telling you what you need to know. So it didn't come off the right way, but I understand the intention.
By the way, so the information was incorrect. I probably misread it. I'm not going to blame anybody, but that's it's on me. Who's the head coach of the Sabres?
Don Granato.
Okay, Don Granato's the head coach. I think I had it
It was
backwards
just worded.
then.
It was just typed out a little bit weird.
Okay, head coach Don Granato, assistant coach Matt Ellis, assistant coach Dan Girardi. Okay, that's who's in charge now with the Buffalo Sabres. We got to move on. Big hockey game last night, and I loved the game. Not necessarily the outcome. We called it on Access Now Television, the Trans-Canada Clash, major junior hockey. It is big boy hockey. And the Regina Pats blew a 4-1 lead and lost in overtime to the Moose Jaw Warriors. Connor Bedard, 2 assists for the Pats, their holy child. The wonder boy for the Warriors, Braden Yager, a goal and 2 helpers, right?
That's right.
And it was just a whale of a hockey game. And we'll be back on the air tonight, 8 p.m. Mountain, Regina Pats, Swift Current Broncos. But in our new feature, what are you calling it? The Great Western Ultra Update?
The Ultra Update.
I'm going to talk a little bit more about that game later on. It's also in my Cat Country 98 FM commentary, as we are everywhere. Point 4. This is interesting. Gord Miller has taken up a Twitter feud, and now it's turned into an all-out brawl with Barstool. And I'm trying to follow the story. I'm not a big Barstool guy. I'm a Spit and Chicklets guy, obviously. Biz Nasty's a friend of mine. I'm going to need you to help me out on this because I haven't really followed the Barstool thing. I guess I'm too old. But Gord Miller said, I'm never going to go on any show affiliated with Barstool Sports because they are misogynistic, sexist, all these things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I've listened to Spit and Chicklets, and while it's raunchy, it's not anything I don't think out of line. It's just putting a tape recorder in a hockey dressing room. That's what it is. But you're saying it's more than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Dave Portnoy thing. He's the leader of Barstool.
He's the founder.
He's the founder, right? He's the leader there. And just some of the past behavior. I think that's where Gord has a problem with, right? Like, you know, he talked about racism and misogynistic behavior and some different comments. And, you know, he was the shock jock, right?
Okay.
The shock jock and you know, said different things, got some attention. But not everybody likes Barstool. And that's, you know, there's reason because he hasn't said the right things. He's made some bad comments. And so Gord's not wrong, right? Gord's not wrong, and he doesn't want to support it. Now, you know, Portnoy's trying to build his brand back up, and he's built a phenomenal brand, and now he's trying to do good. He's done great things, like there was a small business fund that they created in the pandemic where they raised, I think it was over $100 million, distributing to small businesses. So there's a lot of good that Barstool's done. They've got females in high, you know, positions of power. I think the CEO is a female. So they're doing a lot of different things like that and growing, but his past isn't super clean, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to repair that, and it's not all the way repaired.
Right.
yet.
So in our poll question today for Capital Ford, Capital Auto Mall, Universal Collision Center, who do you support in this latest Twitter feud? Gord Miller, Barstool, or the middle? And people have strong feelings on this. Our friend Gord Randall, you know him, BC football guy, writes in and he says, one of these sides made a comment about being uncomfortable with some of the things Barstool reports. The other side still has its followers threatening a 16-year-old girl over it. This shouldn't even be a question. Sure, Gord, thanks for your opinion. That's fine. It's a poll, okay? Ryan Flaherty, Global Saskatoon, good friend of ours, voice of the Saskatchewan Rush. He says, disappointing number of Barstool votes here, but sadly, not surprising. So the results so far are Gord Miller, 54% of support, 30% supporting Barstool, and 16% supporting the middle, neither. I'll go with Gordy. I've known him a long time. I like him a lot. I've worked the CFL with him for decades. I've worked the World Juniors with him. I did radio. He did TV. I like Gord Miller a lot. On the flip side, Ryan Whitney, one of the co-hosts of Spit and Chicklets, came out this morning and said, sorry, I don't remember inviting you on to Spit and Chicklets. So I wonder where this all even came from. And there are people going against Gord Miller, saying, why are you grandstanding on this? You weren't invited on. And I guess if I got to vote, I'm voting for Gord. He goes, if you're calling me cancel culture, because the definition of cancel culture is holding somebody responsible for their actions, then so be it. That's me. On the other side, where's Barstool Sports now? So they've changed, they've cleaned things up. You can't pay for your past forever. You can't. So I'm voting for Gord because I support Gord. But if Barstool Sports, like, I have zero knowledge or history of this stuff. You tell me that it happened, fine. But that's why you need to make an informed decision when you are voting or when you're supporting. Let's remember, it is a democracy and it is a free country, guys. So you're upset that somebody's voting for somebody else. That's their right. Did we forget about that? Anything else?
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm on Gord's side too, but I also understand the other side. And eventually, how long do you pay for the sins of your past, right? Second chances and stuff. And I don't know enough about David Portnoy and about the leadership at Barstool to make a real, educated statement on it. But, have you shown evidence of change? Have you shown evidence of growth? I can be on your side if that's the case. If you haven't, then I got a problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Don McNeil in Central Ontario watching. He says, Miller was asked a question. He answered it. Ryan Whitney is deflecting. So somebody basically said, Gord Miller, would you ever go on Spittin' Chicklets? And away we go. I don't think Gordy even would have expected this backlash. I don't. Gord Randall, the West Coast Gordy, writes in again. Someone suggested he should go on Spittin' Chicklets, and he just said that while he loves the guys that host that podcast, he's not comfortable being associated with Barstool. Given that he probably gets that question a lot, it seems pretty reasonable to me. Totally get where Gord Miller is coming from. Totally get where Ryan Whitney's coming from, too, with we didn't ask you to come on. So thanks, but no thanks. It reminds me of Rob Mavers supporting the Stamps, the former Calgary punter, and Bo Levi. And Rob Mavers like, I wouldn't go on that Rod Pedersen show either. And I said to Rob Maver, don't worry, you don't ever have to worry about that. Moving on. Are we ready to move on?
I'm good.
Well, just one more thing. Gord Miller said the definition of cancel culture is holding people responsible for their past actions. Here's my question, not to Gord, but to that definition. Who makes anybody the judge, jury, and executioner for their past history? Who gets to decide? Just because you don't like their actions, you're going to cancel them? I'm not talking about Gord. I'm just talking about if that's the definition of cancel culture, who makes who the judge and jury? Yeah. Point 5, we got to speed it up, but they're quick. NFL free agent notes. Listen, I don't like the offseason of hockey. I don't like the offseason of football when it comes to free agency stuff. I don't like that Andy Dalton signed with Chicago Bears. They don't even like it in Chicago, by the way.
I know. I know.
Tyrod Taylor, T-Mobile, going to sign with the Dolphins. Where did Fitzmagic go?
He went to Washington.
And it's the carousel. I mean, what if I'd bought an Andy Dalton jersey? My God.
I know.
I don't like this.
I know. And then, Chicago signs Andy Dalton. And then we hear just 20 minutes ago that they made a massive offer for Russell Wilson. 3 first-round picks and 2 starters, the offer to Seattle, who've said they're not shopping him, but everybody's got a price. So it's fun to follow a little bit, but it's a lot of chaos and movement.
Hey, shout out from Brooklyn, Dawn Marie Gallagher, good friend of mine down there. She's what should I say? Just a wonderful person. She's into business. She's into all kinds of things. I met her when I was down there getting some training a couple years ago in Manhattan. She's a Brooklyn gal. Shout out, Dawn Marie. Love you, and thanks for watching, by the way. I appreciate it. Talking this Canadian sports. She's like, what the hell are these guys talking about out there?
As long as you're entertained.
Yes, that's it. As I said to my wife one time, why did you want to marry me? She said, because you're entertaining. I said, I'll take it. There's worse things. Point 6, Toronto Blue Jays extend the skipper's contract or pick up the option on 2022. Vladdy had 4 hits, including a triple yesterday. They routed the Philadelphia Phillies. Opening day is getting closer, man, and the Blue Jays are it. No argument here with Charlie Montoyo.
No argument.
Being the skipper. And I saw Ross Atkins explaining it on SportsCenter, the general manager, and I'm like, I didn't used to not like you. But that's only because he hadn't proven himself to Canada and to Blue Jays fans. Can we say that they've proven themselves?
They're on the track.
They're on the right track, so let's go Blue Jays. Let's play ball.
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back. Rattlers GM Barry Rawlyk, coach Chad Jacobson, going to talk some CEBL ball when we return. This is the RP Show on Game Plus Television Network across all 10 provinces and 31 states, including New York City. Live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Comfort has always been something we as people strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives focusing on the things that matter. While the world seems to be facing one challenge after another, our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital Ford Lincoln. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 Ford F-150 Explorer or 2020 Ford Escape and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of thoroughly inspected pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Certainly is. Welcome back to the program, everybody. We do have a sports update coming up. And, of course, I will tell you right now, the Prairie Mobile text line is open, 306-840-8777 for any comments on our comments, which we will get to later on in the program. Well, we are very big CEBL fans, and do not hold it against us that we're Saskatchewan Rattlers fans, that we hail from the rectangle. And we're very proud to bring in the top cheeses there. General Manager Barry Rawlyk, head coach Chad Jacobson joining us on video conference today. Gentlemen, hey, your season is right around the corner. Barry, I'm going to start with you. How are plans coming for the 2021 CEBL season, specifically the Rattlers?
Oh, Rod, thanks for having us on. I'm a big fan of your show, and it's a real pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Well, we've been working at this for some time now, and we're getting to a stage where we're preparing for training camp, and our roster's rounding out nicely. We think we're in a pretty good position now, and I mean, there's a few other spots that we still need to fill, but we've made some pretty good advances.
How much are you getting asked if you're going to play at all, or how you're going to do it? I mean, I've realized the CEBL business model is different than the NLL. Your neighbors, or whatever you want to call it, your co-tenants, right, of that facility, much different from the CFL. How are you going to do it? Are people asking you that?
Well, I mean, there's been some pretty good direction from the league office in terms of what the plan will look like, and there's a definite plan in place to play in the home markets. Now, what that's going to look like, obviously, is going to be dictated greatly by the situation around us, but I think there's a full commitment by the league to go ahead and be playing this season, whether that be in the home markets or as an alternate plan, maybe in a bubble type situation.
Chad Jacobson, over to you. We'll come back to Barry, but the roster. You just signed a big name yesterday from the champion Edmonton Stingers. Talk about your roster as it relates to last year, returnees, and how you feel about it here as you get ready to open camp.
Yeah, big signing for sure. Really excited to have Travis join our organization. Obviously, he's a proven commodity in our league. He's a two-time All-Star, a winner. He's a champion last year with Edmonton, and we're just thrilled to have a guy like that join our team. He's a dynamic player. He's able to help us, both offensively and defensively, and really excited to have him join us. And I think he's a big boost to the community, to the organization. He's a high character guy, and anytime you can add somebody like that, to the team and to the community, that's huge for us.
From the coaching,
I think Barry's.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Go ahead.
No.
Barry's done a great job. Barry's done a great job with, bringing back some key pieces from last year's team. Obviously, Negus, Webster Chan joining us is great. I mean, he's a dynamic player. He can shoot the basketball, and he's a familiar guy with the organization. He's a fan favorite. He knows what we're about, and we're excited to have him back.
Tell me about last season, if you don't mind, and the high-octane nature of the bubble in St. Catharines, and just that it was 2 weeks, the summer series. I know the Rattlers didn't have the showing that you wanted. I think you started great, and then it was kind of actually all downhill from there. What did you learn from that experience?
Yeah, no question. It was disappointing from the standpoint of the results. We were going in as defending champions, and we had higher expectations, and we were faced with a lot of adversity in the bubble with changes to our roster and some injuries that played out. And it was tough, in a setting like that. I think in a short season where you've got a limited roster, you kind of need everything to go right to have the success that you want. And but at the same time, it was a learning experience for us. I think there's a lot of things that we took away as a coaching staff, and we kind of know where we need to address some issues and how to get better for the upcoming season.
Just some comments from your fans and our viewers. Monty in Saskatoon says, "Hi, Chad. Hope you have a great season." From Donna Berger, she says, "Go Rattlers." She won tickets to a game 2 years ago on this show. We went, and she's hooked. That's all it takes for Rattlers basketball. From Roxanne Ferris from Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions says, "Woohoo, go Rattlers." Barry, you're smiling when you hear that. Are you surprised at all at how quickly Saskatchewan's latched onto this team, especially when you didn't even play a home game in 2020?
No, I'm not surprised. Saskatchewan fans are legendary for their support and their devotion to their teams, and the support that we've received in Saskatoon has been, and province-wide, has been tremendous. It's our goal to try and provide an exciting and entertaining product for the fans that they can get fired up about, and they can come out and support and really enjoy the game.
Well, for people across the country that are getting turned on to the CEBL, because there are teams almost coast to coast, and eventually one day maybe there will be, but you're in most major markets. But Barry, I'm not a basketball guy. I'm a hockey and football guy, but I love the games. And my kids played basketball. I just could never figure out the rules. I'm not that smart. But can you talk about the history of pro basketball in Saskatoon? Like, I did go to the games, the Slam and the Storm. I used to come down from Prince Albert. Clearly they love pro basketball in Saskatoon, but I kind of got the sense that they felt torched a little bit about the way it ended back in the day.
Yeah, well, there's no question. And I was, a fan through that period of time too. I think, ultimately what happened there was it wasn't that the franchises in Saskatoon weren't successful. In fact, they were very successful. It was the league around it that ended up collapsing. And that's why fans, sort of felt abandoned in the whole thing. And so, I think the CEBL brings a much stronger model. I think, across the board, the league is much stronger with every franchise. And it's very exciting to see the growth and the expansion that's occurring within the league, and the meticulous planning that goes into each move as the league moves forward.
It is tremendously exciting to watch, and I'm glad that we're in from the ground floor. Chad, back to you. The quality of basketball, if you don't mind, from year 1 to year 3, has it improved, kind of stayed the same? The quality of player, I guess? How would you answer that?
Well, I think the caliber of play in our league from day one has been exceptional. We've got some of the very best Canadian players playing in the league. Obviously outside of the guys in the NBA, but it's high caliber. And I think the imports that are starting to come into the league definitely has improved. You see a lot of guys with G League experience, with high major NCAA experience, and there's been some guys now signing and even in the bubble who had, a stint in the NBA. So I've been really impressed with the caliber of basketball. I don't think people truly understand just how good these guys really are.
By the way, Jacques Dupuis watching in Ottawa and says, "Go Blackjacks, go." They have yet to play a home game, but they did have a good showing in the St. Catharines, Ontario bubble last year. So I'm excited to watch the Blackjacks too. And maybe I'll pose this to both of you. Barry, how do you feel about the NBA guys coming into the CEBL? Not just like a Joel Anthony in Hamilton in his front office role, but you got Leo Routen's kid, Andy, with the Blackjacks. Isn't Patrick Ewing's kid involved in Ottawa? Like, the NBA buy-in of the CEBL seems pretty cool to me, Barry. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. The more roots I think that the league can put down in various avenues across the basketball world, the stronger the league becomes. So, the addition of, as Chad has mentioned, players who've, got various levels of professional experience, those people in management, and the broadening of the fan base, I think those are all very exciting developments for the league.
Chad, your thoughts on that with the influx of those people, plus yourself with your background, like the league is growing and the fact that there are markets, there are cities clamoring for teams, right? Winnipeg wants one. Montreal looks like it's getting one. They're talking with Calgary. Like, how exciting is that from your role?
Oh, it's very exciting. I think the leadership of the CBL, the ownership and our commissioner, those guys do a great job of promoting the brand, building the brand. It's a first-class league. And I think because of that, that's why you're starting to see guys who have ties to the NBA come over and join the CBL. And I think it just, adds a lot of, legitimate, players and coaches and front office staff to the league. And that's great for the league overall.
Last one. The Rattlers are watching. They've written in. Tickets will be available as restrictions begin to lift. You can head over to therattlers.ca for more info. Scott Henberry, he's a VP now, right, at Great Western? Big shot at Great Western. He says, the best basketball game I've ever been to was a Rattlers game here in Saskatoon with the Rod Pedersen team. I'm so grateful that Scott's forgot that I snuck into the courtside seats and we got kicked out because we were in somebody's seats. We had to go to row 2. He forgot about that. Thank you, Scott. But, Chad, I just got to ask you just a roster note. Kai Williams, I've known since he's about that big. Is he on the roster this year? I know he participated in the summer series last year. What's Kai's status for this year?
Well, I think, Barry is obviously still, finalizing some of the final roster spots, and he's working hard in that area. And Kai was great last year. I've known Kai for a while as well, and I know his younger brother Jamal, and he was just a real pleasure to coach. He's a first-class guy. He was a true pro, and I thought he did a great job for us last year in the bubble.
He is a pure basketball guy, and he is first class. Well, guys, as you know, we're following very closely what you're doing. We're big fans. Good luck, and we'll see you up there in June. I appreciate the time.
Thanks for having us, Rod.
Thanks for having us on.
You bet. Barry Rawlyk, the general manager, Chad Jacobson, the head coach of your Saskatchewan Rattlers. Boom, boom, hiss.
That's what it is.
Rattle the rim. It's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Henbury from Great Western says, I didn't forget, but I thought I would leave that out. Had a blast. By the way, the guy didn't show up till halftime. We didn't think he was coming. Do you remember? You were there.
I was there.
I'm like, hey, Scott, psst, let's go to the front row. These seats are empty. They should be filled for television purposes. Then the guy shows up, and he's all covered in tattoos and chains. I'm like... So I was just keeping it warm for you, bud.
We'll go back to our seats.
Yeah, we'll go back to our seats. From Chris Bird in Toronto, he says, interesting that the NBA supports global basketball and is lauded for doing so. CFL tries it, and many people crap on them for trying. Shake my head. Let's come back on that, okay? Your eyes just lit up.
Oh, yeah.
You got a point on that?
I do.
Okay. Sports update. The Buffalo Sabres fired coach Ralph Kruger this morning, less than 2 years into his second season, and with the free-falling team in the midst of an 0-10-2 skid. The Sabres made the move this morning following a 3-2 loss at New Jersey. Nathan McKinnon and Samuel Girard scored 2:23 apart early in the third period, and the Colorado Avalanche rallied for 6 unanswered goals to beat the Ducks 8-4. Trent Frederick scored the lone goal of the third period, and the Boston Bruins beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 2-1. Braden Point had a goal and an assist, and the shootout winner, helping the Tampa Bay Lightning recover from a late meltdown to beat the Dallas Stars 4-3. Fred VanVleet has been giving out a lot of hugs lately for the simple fact that he's thrilled to know that his COVID-19 experience is now over. VanVleet, Spicy P, Malachi Flynn, and Patrick McCaw were back with the team for practice after missing more than 2 weeks for virus-related reasons. Raps take on the Pistons tonight. What are the odds on come on?
Yeah, you get $5 bet returns $25 on come on
if the Raptors
win. So just pick the Raptors to win. All those guys are coming back.
Exactly.
Easy money.
Easy money. You could get the Come On app or bet at Come On Canada, ComeOnOfficial.com. We'll be back. Well, hang on. The Blue Jays are picking up the option year on manager Charlie Montoyo's contract. There you go. There you go. What's easier than that? They're beating the Pistons tonight.
Easy money.
He became the 13th manager in franchise history in October 2018, Charlie Montoyo, signing a 3-year deal with an option for 2022. Montoyo guided the Blue Jays to a 67-95 record in 2019. And then last year in the pandemic-shortened season, they were 32-28 and into the playoffs. This sports update for Ballers Rec Room, your home for Regina Pats hockey on their big screens. You can find them in the heart of the Dewdney Strip. And for Red Bull Canada, Red Bull gives you wings. We're going to start viewer takeover early. That's next. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming at the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 GMC Yukon, Sierra, or Buick Encore GX and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-73.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's the RP Show. Here we go. I said we're starting the viewer takeover early, and we are. I'm a man of my word. J-Rod's watching today. You know J-Rod?
Yes.
He just writes in, says, morning, guys. Rod, you and Dupes doing a March Madness bracket? Well, I'm going to do one. I wasn't going to, but I was invited into one in Philadelphia this morning by the Enterprise Sports guys.
Okay.
Dan, the Situation Ceravelli, who watches the show every day and just stumbled across us on cable television in Philly. So I'm going in there with a bunch of American guys. So I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me, but it wouldn't be the first time. Is Montana in the tournament this year? They're always my team.
Montana? Yeah. The basketball superpower of Montana?
For the Dickinson brothers, I always pull for them. Montana. You see Gonzaga's favored, right? I'm going to go in the bracket just for fun. It's $25 US, but you understand the person that wins is usually a 75-year-old lady with 9 cats, right? She just threw a dart.
Yeah, she used her Keno numbers, and that's how she got the win.
That's usually...
But
there's no skill involved in this, correct?
But write your picks down. We do want to post your picks. We're not going to ask you everybody for their picks, but we want to post yours, okay? So just write them down.
John Heaps, watching, he says, the Stars' white uniforms worst in the history of the NHL. Did they win last night? Everybody's talking about their jerseys. It doesn't matter. They're not great. White pants, white jerseys, white socks, white gloves, white helmets. I don't know why you need to do that. But it's not a lot different than Vegas's whites. You know? It's gimmicky. They're trying something.
They lost in a shootout, but...
They lost in a shootout? Okay.
It is gimmicky. You know, the Estevan Bruins tried that too, right? For the local audience. I don't like it. It's like wearing white belt, white tie, white sunglasses. It looks bad. It's, one of them you can get away with. One.
Well, honestly, hopefully we're affecting change somewhat here on the Rod Pedersen Show Daily. Wear whatever the hell you want to wear. Because I used to wear white sunglasses, and this guy, this hater, used to be all over me all the time. Tweeting me, Facebooking me, writing into with the white sunglasses. Who cares? It's my face. And then one day he literally came down to the radio station with a pair of black sunglasses and said, here you go. I'm like, you know what? At least I admire that. At least you're not some chicken with a burner Twitter account coming after me. He's like literally got on my face. Stop wearing the white sunglasses. Here you go.
He's literally looking out for you.
Well, he thought he was. Oh, boy. Now we're getting into it. The poll question today, who do you support in this latest Twitter feud? Gord Miller, Barstool, or do you want to stay in the middle? Gord Miller has refused to go on any podcast affiliated with Barstool Sports, including Spit and Chicklets, because of their history with misogyny, sexism.
Right.
And I'm just not that familiar with the Barstool brand. That's why I'm trying to go off the top of my head. I don't know enough about this.
Yeah.
55% of you saying you're supporting Gord Miller, 27% of you saying you support Barstool, and 18% say you'd prefer to stay in the middle of the road. I voted for Gord just because I love Gord. He's a good guy. He did not get into this to grandstand. I don't think he's just saying, I don't want to go on the show. Here's why. And people are going nuts.
And it's not a shot against the Spit and Chicklets guys.
No,
it's a
but
shot
they
against,
took it as that.
It's a shot against the Barstool brand, right?
Yeah.
Which they're underneath now. But, yeah, those guys, no problems there, right?
Yeah. Devin in Regina writes in, Prairie Mobile text line. He says, I love Barstool. I support it 100%. Gord Miller is a good play-by-play guy, but classic virtue signaling, never having to prove he believes what he says. I don't know about that. Somewhere along the way, I got lost. I got lost in this wash of terminology of virtue signaling and social justice warriors. I kind of understand that. Like virtue signaling. What the hell? Who came up with that?
Wordsmith.
Sexism and misogyny, all that. I was going to wait till the weekend to write this in my 10 things column, but I'll say it now. You want to talk about inclusion, diversity? We have a writer for dubnetwork.ca. Her name's Lizzie Childs. She's an Asian woman covering the Portland Winterhawks. She can play on my team any day. She's a grinder. She writes great stuff. She's got opinions. She's actually morphed into covering the Seattle Thunderbirds for dubnetwork.ca.
Talented.
So I don't care your gender. I don't care your race, ethnicity. Can you get the job done? Lizzie can play on my team anytime. She's with us until she decides she don't want to be with us anymore.
Her call.
Yeah,
talented, hardworking, team player. Oh, yeah. All the great things.
Todd Carlisle writing us on Twitter says, David Portnoy from Barstool, the founder, has challenged Gord to discuss it publicly. I'd love to see it. I might skip that. Yeah. Viewer James Thrice says, the Montana Grizzlies. The basketball powerhouse. Somebody's got to cheer for them. Go Grizz. Just one more, and then we'll break and come back with more viewer takeover. What do you got?
Did we find out if they're in the bracket?
I don't even know if they're in the bracket. They used to be. They have been in the past.
Duke is not in the bracket.
Yeah, that's big news.
Huge.
That's not going over well.
No, it's not.
From Jamie in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Hey, RP, from the sound of your voice during last night's Instagram Live during Warmies, he's talking about the Pats Warriors game. You sounded like a kid again in a candy store after being shut down for months because of COVID. Jokes aside, really hope the squad cast got more viewership over the Pats game. Clark was going live with his podcast and Max during the Pats broadcast. Thanks a lot for your help, guys.
I told him when I left here the building, I said, I said 7:55, about 5 to 8. If you could just tee up the game and
exactly.
Shut her down, that'd be great.
I couldn't be happier that I'm back doing hockey. As I wrote in last week's column, it's like country star Paul Brandt says, that's where I come from. That's who I am. Love it. More viewer takeover, and we've kept Chris Bird dangling in Toronto. I apologize, Chris. He says the CFL is getting smashed for trying to go global with players. The CEBL is doing it, and they're being applauded. And the NBA. What's the difference? We'll tell you the difference. When we come back, all right, it's the RP Show on Game Plus TV today, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
There's something for everyone at the Mad Greek Eatery. Delicious Greek dishes, pizza, lasagna, pastas, soups, salads, and much more. The Mad Greek Eatery brings the best authentic Greek cuisine right to you. Available for licensed dining, events, delivery, and takeout. For the best taste and huge portions, there is only one place. Visit the Mad Greek Eatery, downtown Moose Jaw. Call for takeout and delivery today.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 GMC Yukon, Sierra, or Buick Encore GX and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC in Regina.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG. Always delivering the best fan experience. Find us at ddgregina.com.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
He's covering everything that matters to you. It's the Rod Pedersen Show. Tune in live Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to noon to catch the show live and be a part of the action. Take control by commenting live and sharing the show with your friends. Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Welcome back, and Moose DuPont's here, too. Curling Report, which we do daily for Verge Agriculture. Canada's best female and male curlers will be under one roof for the first time this season when the 2021 Canadian Mixed Doubles Curling Championship gets underway Thursday. 35 teams will open play Thursday morning in the fan-free bubble at Winsport Arena at Canada Olympic Park in Calgary, chasing not only the biggest prize ever offered at a mixed doubles event, $50,000 from the total purse of $150,000, but also the chance to wear Canadian colors at the 2021 World Mixed Doubles Championship. There, 7 of the 10 countries that will qualify to send teams to the Winter Olympics in 2022 in Beijing will be determined, making it the most important international mixed doubles event of this quadrennial outside of the Olympics themselves. There will be no shortage of star quality competing in Calgary, including all 5 members of the Carrie Anerson team that captured the Scotties Tournament of Hearts this last month in the bubble. Anerson is paired with Brad Gushue. Vice skip Val Sweeting is playing with Mark Kennedy on an all-lefty duo. Second, Shannon Burchard has combined with Caitlin Schneider. Sorry, Kat. They spelled it wrong. Lead, Brianne Mayer is playing with Mark Nichols, and alternate Kristen Karwacki has teamed with Derek Samagalski. Meanwhile, 2 members of the newly crowned Brier champions from Edmonton, skip Brendan Botcher and vice skip Darren Moulding, will be participating. Botcher is paired with fiancée Bobby Sauder, while Moulding is playing with Joanne Courtney. The teams have been split into 5 round-robin pools, and the top 5 seeds in the event are the top-listed teams in each pool. The Curling Report is sponsored by Verge Agriculture, helping farmers plan and optimize their operations across every field. Try Verge's precision farm tech software for free today at vergeag.com. I want to get to your comments. I'm sure we'll have time, but with the guy Chris Bird, who was comparing CEBL and NBA global expansion to what the CFL is trying to do, I had thoughts, but I just looked over at Moose and he had a twinkle in his eye. And you're the smartest of the two, so why don't you tell me why you perked up on that?
Well, it's interesting. So his whole comment was about, look at the NBA seems to be championing. We're all excited about global expansion in the NBA, but when it comes to the CFL trying to grow globally, we shut it down. That's because it's our league, right? The NBA is not really our league. So we're all about, well, they should be doing it. The American League, right? In Canada, sure they should be, right? That's like Finland being excited about CFL 2.0, which they are, right? They love when we champion, football over there. So that's really what it's about. It's about it being our league. We're protective of our league. I'm sure if you ask the United States if they love growing the game in other areas, they'd be more indifferent to it, right? In Canada, we love it because we get more NBA in our backyard. But it'll be different in the United States. I think it's just perspective.
Boy, there's not a lot out there these days.
Yeah. I think it's just perspective.
People just want to fight. I'm not going to call them out anymore. I've mentioned their names enough on this show. Over our poll question today, why would you even put Barstool Sports as an option as to who to support? That's the whole point. As a matter of fact, it goes deeply into some of our comments here today about Eddie Lack being made fun of. I'm not sure where is it. Here it is from Jason in Red Deer. Speaking of people hiding behind Twitter accounts, did you see the guy talking about not being able to handle listening to Eddie Lack on the radio because Eddie stutters? Disgusting. I love Eddie. We love Eddie too, and Eddie's so upset about what this guy said about his stutter, he's considering not even going on the air ever again anywhere. I saw was Oilers Nation, the oil drop, tweeting yesterday, can we support Ethan Bear? He's been the subject of racism because of his play, because he's a First Nations hockey player from Mochapaway, Saskatchewan. Look, you got to understand, it's about ignoring it. It's about not participating in it. You are never going to change people. So you people that have a problem with what's being said in the Barstool vote or with Ethan, yeah, we love Ethan. We love him as much as we've loved any hockey player. We're not going to change these idiots, especially when they're hiding behind burner accounts. Do you have a take on that? Like, my whole thing is,
I agree.
There's more hate than ever out there about me. I could not care less. Like, if you want to just, can you just step out of the fight? That's all that I'm saying. Step out of the fight.
And that's the biggest lesson, right? You have to blinders, right? Stick to you.
Yeah, I got them on.
Don't be looking at your ex's account. Don't be looking at your mentions on Twitter when this stuff's coming in.
Guy said to me yesterday, Rod, you got blinders on. Thank you. I'm happy. Are you? Okay, we'll got the Ultra update next hour and more, plus Kaleb Dahlgren coming up after this break.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 GMC Yukon, Sierra, or Buick Encore GX and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC in Regina.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show.
Bedard versus Braden. I know that might be a disservice to everybody else on the ice, but that's what I'm going to be hyping up tonight.
How about that?
Pretty exciting. Both those players get lots of ice time. Dave Struch is not shy about playing the kid. Played him in every position on the power play. Warrior kid's good too. Yager looked good. Won the game for them in a shootout the other night. And those guys aren't all the focus. There are a lot of good players on both sides, so it should be a fun game tonight.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hour 2 of the show. This is the segment that we affectionately call the second half kickoff. As we've finally figured it out, Oops.
Yeah.
As to how the flow goes here. Last hour, we had the general manager of the Saskatchewan Rattlers pro basketball team, Barry Rawlyk, along with his head coach, Chad Jacobson. That was great. Coming up this hour, Kaleb Dahlgren, survivor of the Humboldt Broncos crash, coming up on the 3-year anniversary of the most horrible day in Saskatchewan history. Caleb's got a book about it. And I can't wait to talk to him. I can't wait to see him again, to be honest with you. I glanced down here, and Rockstar of the Day just came up on my sheet here, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions. I just want to say that Ron Duguay was our Rockstar of the Day, and he might be the Rockstar of the Year. The New York Rangers, great. I saw a Calgary radio host refer to us as dinosaurs. Did you see that tweet? Yeah.
No.
Dinosaurs, because we love rough and tough Canadian hockey players. If that makes me a dinosaur, call me a T-Rex. Sorry, not sorry. But Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions specialize in improving your company's performance and bottom line through supply chain management services. We ended hour one on the Eddie Lack abuse he's facing, the Ethan Bear abuse that he's facing for different reasons. I don't know enough about this story. I've been busy enough. Eddie Lack faced some bullying because of his stutter. Was it on Arizona radio? Or Eddie's probably on the radio in a lot of places. He's been on this show multiple times. And somebody teased him about his stutter to the point that he's not considering never going on the air again. And with Ethan Bear with the Oilers, he didn't have a great game the other night. I watched it. But now people are poking at him for the fact that he's First Nations. And my point is, you're never going to change those people. Jeff Kabilas, watching in Winnipeg, says, I'd go over to that idiot's house and smash his window. Where did it go? Smash his head. There. You don't have to listen to Eddie. LOL. But yes, absolutely stupid how people can be. Now, there's another way to do it. You know what I'm going to say. I was in hockey school as a young teen, was being bullied, and I had to walk over and drill the guy right in the face and smacked his head against the wall. Blood came out of his nose, and I was 13. Can we do that?
I can't.
If you find them.
I can't tell you to do it.
You can't tell me not to.
I can't tell you
No, I'm not saying that's... You either going to ignore it.
But yes.
Or handle it yourself. But you are not going to change people. One of our viewers, Donna Berger, says something about controlling itself. Or you can only control yourself, and that's it. That's why I'm so happy right now. I've realized what I can't control. And on that, Randolph Zora says, Clark, you missed the ding. I said you people, but it was a pretty serious, yeah, you say it there. It was a pretty serious monologue I was in. I wasn't joking.
Right.
Yeah, so why we call this the second half kickoff is we're not resetting the show. We're just going to keep rolling with where we were. So with that, those CEBL basketball guys, they've got some guys that played basketball internationally. They're from Canada and the United States, but they played internationally. But they have some European players too, as you know.
Yep.
And Chris Bird in Toronto's not letting it go, and he shouldn't. He's saying, why is the CFL being bashed for trying to do the same thing? And so here is written in and says, respectfully, I disagree with this take. I'm pretty sure Ambrosi looks at Canadian football fans as people who love good Canadian football. CFL 2.0 is not done yet, and it will continue to evolve. Looking for ways to improve the talent level should never be discouraged. I agree, but this is where, and it's not even flawed. What Ambrosi's trying to do is not flawed. But the guys they've brought over cannot play. Period. And they can play in the NBA, the NHL, the CEBL, the American Hockey League. That's the difference. The quality of football on this continent is eons higher than in Europe, period. And that's why it's not working. So, yeah, you can have developmental spots. But listen, when I go to these Rider games and I see guys standing there holding their helmet all game because they can't get on the field, and in the rare circumstance they do, they blow an assignment and somebody gets blown up, or it's a 6 the other way, so then they never do see the field? Who is that helping?
It's far too premature to bring the international players in and force them onto rosters.
Right.
Far too premature. But it doesn't mean CFL 2.0 is dead. It doesn't mean CFL 2.0 is a bad idea. It's very much a generation thing. So you're starting this global movement. You're trying to build a global fan base. It's not necessarily a goal of filling our rosters with these international players. It's about building an international fan base. We hope players on the team will help create interest in these other markets. But look, we start promoting it in Finland, so now the kids start playing football in Finland. And when they become adults, the first time, maybe the second wave, that's when we'll start seeing players who can actually compete on CFL rosters. A whole generation of kids following the CFL, playing football, wanting to be in the league. That's the process of how long it will take. So it's just too premature to put them on the roster. I think we're 10, 15 years away from really expecting to be able to put international players on the roster. But keep going with trying to promote the league.
Nelson Hackowicz writes in and says, Thadrick Hansen was the only exception to the talent in Europe. Yes, he was a very good D lineman for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Sure, we're talking about one. But I have to say that the Canadian Football League has a whole lot of things to figure out, and fast. And CFL 2.0 is just one of them.
Monty.
Yes, Monty writing in and says, get over it, Chris Bird. Please get over it.
I almost spit my coffee out.
That was pretty good. And then the other thing, interesting how a lot of this does tie over. We're going to get T-shirts that say get over it, right?
Oh,
Aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
And how about that? But our poll question today for Capital Automall is, who do you support in this latest Twitter feud? Saying it again, TSN's Gord Miller, longtime friend of mine, is saying he'll never appear on Spit and Chicklets nor any other podcast or show affiliated with Barstool Sports because of their history with sexism, misogyny. I can't remember the other terms, but you're getting the idea. Or the middle. Who do you support? 55% say Gord Miller, 28% say they support Barstool, and 17% say the middle. And there's a lot of people responding to our poll saying, can't believe there's that many for Barstool. How's this even a question? What they did was wrong. And I wrote back and said, it's a free country, guys. And they're into this now with, why can't you see my point? There's only one side of this. See how it goes back?
It's called a poll. That's why
it's called a democracy, guys. These are also pro-Biden, pro-Trudeau, anti-Trump. Whoa, what do you mean? How can you support Donald Trump? He's a jerk. He's a horrible person. And when the polls open, oh, wait, you're Canadian. You can't vote for him anyways. It's the whole point of back off from the ledge. Can you other people have a separate opinion from you, maybe directly opposite. Why can you not accept that? But I've accepted that you never will. And I'm happy. These people's day is ruined over the Barstool Sports poll. Why are you allowing that to ruin your day? What?
No, and it's something that I like to think that I do really well, and maybe it makes it tough for me to be on a sports talk show because, you know, it's hard for me to just say, to hammer on one opinion and stick on one side. I try and keep a 360-degree view.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what it is. I tell you, the sun is shining, and you're on the other side of the world with a different point of view saying, no, it's dark. There's a completely 360-degree view of everything. And you have a completely different viewpoint when you're on the other side, and a completely different set of circumstances.
At least look at the other side. And these folks that we're in this disagreement with won't even do that. So we'll move on. Tony Wirtz, one of our viewers, says, if you produce T-shirts, get over it. I'll get a couple double XL shirts for sure. Can we get on that, guys? Who's the merchandising guy? It's you, right, Moose?
I'm sending the text right now.
Get over it. Monty says, can I have one? It's his saying, for God's sakes. Of course, Monty. We'll hand deliver it to you. Just don't ask for royalties. You want a free T-shirt? Joe Lazito, he's watching on Long Island. He says, if an international player is good enough to play in the CFL or NFL, these leagues will know about it without any forced initiative requirements. Yes, it's called scouting. There's always the odd player that falls through the cracks, of course. But overall, no, if you're good enough, you will be seen. Some guy wrote in and says, Michael Quinn says, good morning, Rod. What is your thoughts on the Pats' new stadium? Get the Great Western Ultra thing ready, Clark, because I'm going to read that. He's asked about the Regina Pats, God's team, the world's oldest major junior hockey team. They don't start it yet. But Brandt, they've named the Brandt Center. They're a huge company out of this city here. They've taken over ownership of the team. Now there's talk of them building an arena. I think that they have the money to do it. I'm not sure that we're in a climate right now where if they're asking for any public money whatsoever, that the citizens of the city would support it. And to be honest with you, every time I walk into the Brandt Center, the home of the Pats, that seats 6,484, we did it last night. I'll do it again tonight. My heart beats. It opened in 1970. It races. I love the facility with everything that I have. It's fantastic. I still think it's the greatest facility in the league. So I don't think we need a new rink. However, the way I think is a lot differently than the way Sean Semple, what should I say? His dad started the company. He's now running the company, Sean Semple. My thinking is this. I learned it from my parents who are farmers. What you want and what you need are two different things.
I've heard that a time or two.
Well, you're a rural Saskatchewan kid. Can I say that again? Somebody need to tweet it. What you want and what you need are two different things. So I guess if you're asking me what's my thoughts on a new hockey arena in this city, we don't need one. But I don't think Brant agrees. They got the money. They could build one with the dash and hit the money in the dash of his car. Okay, so I don't think we need a new rink. I love the one we have. All right, so what's this we're doing now? Ultra update? You let me know when it starts. They said I got 80 seconds, and it's just my commentary. Here we go. Meeting one goes to the Warriors in a wildly entertaining game Tuesday night in the Brand Center, which I had the good fortune of calling on Access Now TV. The Moose Jaw Warriors erased a 4-1 deficit and toppled the Regina Pats 5-4 in overtime. It truly, truly lived up to the billing, and it was more than just the latest installment of the Trans-Canada Clash. Of course, the biggest storyline was the Phenom versus Phenom battle between a pair of 15-year-old first-round picks, Regina's Connor Bedard and Moose Jaw's Braden Yager. In the tail of the tape, Bedard notched 2 assists while Yager had a goal and 2 assists. There were more glaring holes in the Pats game, and as one scout told me in the parking lot afterwards, Bedard came back to earth. And something was wrong with his skates. He fell 15 to 20 times.
Yeah.
And if you're going to keep a 20-year-old goaltender, he'd better not be just your best overage. He'd be one of the best players on your team. Pats goalie Roddy Ross has not been that. With adequate goaltending, the Pats would have at least one win. They could even be 3-0, and yet they're 0-3. The Meadow Lake product and Philadelphia Flyers prospect has struggled in net, posting an .807 save percentage. I would not expect him to start tonight when the Pats face the similarly winless Swift Current Broncos at 8 p.m. in the Brand Center. Again, we'll have the broadcast on Access Now TV. Please find it.
Mic drop. Well,
that's brought to you by Great Western, an original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Superior taste with only 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
Well done.
Say what? Who is? Scott Hambury from Great Western writes in. He says, original 16 Ultra Update. Love it! 80 calories and only 2.5% alcohol. Did he not know this was coming down the pipe?
80 seconds, 80 calories.
You picked a great day to watch, Scott. From Jennifer Illingworth, she says, 100% Roddy, goaltending needs some attention. I talked to both the Seattle Thunderbirds and the Philadelphia Flyers this morning. They both, Seattle brought up Roddy Ross in the dub, and Philadelphia is bringing him into their program. They said, what we're seeing is not the real Roddy Ross. I'm saying, I know what I saw. But they're saying he'll come around. So we'll see. Listen, we got Kaleb Dahlgren on deck, and I can't wait to chat with him. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Comfort has always been something we, as people, strive for. It means that the places we live and work, and that the people we care most about, are able to go about their lives, focusing on the things that matter. While the world seems to be facing one challenge after another, our focus at FlameTech has remained the same for more than 20 years. Now more than ever, we need each other to support our local businesses. As an industry leader in combustion services, we are proud to attend to the needs of our communities and support the local economy.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience. Find us at ddgregina.com.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Canada's daytime sports talk show continues. I see a lot of comments coming in here about CFL, XFL talks. So hang on. In about 15, 20 minutes' time, we'll devote the rest of the show to that. There's just a lot of things going on. And this guy, Kaleb Dahlgren, is the guy that I've been looking forward to having on the show for some time. His new book Kaleb, did it just hit the stores yesterday? Crossroad?
Yeah, just came out yesterday.
Okay, so here's the story. Crossroad, my story of tragedy and resilience as a Humboldt Bronco. And the cover, he's standing in the intersection where the crash happened. Kaleb, man, it's been a while since I've seen you. You've lost weight. You've lost the baby fat. What's going on, man? You training harder or what?
Yeah, I could say so. Just have an Airdyne bike in my house, so I've been riding that bad boy for a while. I want to stay in shape during COVID, maybe have a beach bod sometime this summer.
Right. Kaleb, former Humboldt Bronco and Notre Dame Hound, and I think the last time I actually laid eyes on you was a Rush game. You were one of the featured, remember that, ambassador for the game? And your netminder, Mr. Wasserman. A lot's happened since then, Kaleb. Like this book, let's just start with it. How difficult was it to write?
It was super difficult to write, not gonna lie. There's a lot of points in there that were super tough, and like obviously talking about tragedy is never easy. And there's also lots of stuff in there that isn't about the tragedy too, that was hard. Like losing my personal trainer at a young age and losing one of my teammates too, and then having my dad almost die too, and living with type 1 diabetes. So there's some touching subjects in there that definitely was difficult to talk about. And it was super emotional. I think chapter 16 was by far the hardest, and it's the tribute chapter to the ones that aren't here from the crash. And that was difficult. Like I struggled with that one. I spent a tremendous amount of time writing that chapter, and I wanted it to be as close as perfect as it could be, but there's no way it ever would be perfect because those people in that chapter that I mentioned only capture just a small segment of their life. And there's no way to describe them in one little chapter or one little couple paragraphs. So I tried my best, and it was a healing process though too. In the end, writing this actually helped me heal, and I feel so much better about myself afterwards, and just feel more full and grateful for life. So,
well, and that's the thing. I mean, I don't know you, but we've met, and I know that you're a good person. And but the one question that was on my mind this morning, thinking about doing this interview, was why write the book? Was it your idea? Were you approached? How did it come about?
Yeah, so actually, I ended up starting to do speaking engagements in, I'd say, 2019, I guess. I tried to do one, and I actually told a story about my life, and it was kind of like going through how I was diagnosed with diabetes, and then kind of led into like how I almost lost my dad, and then I also went into the crash part and how I responded to that afterwards. And so after that first speech, a person came up to me and was like, "Hey, you should be writing a book." And I laughed it off. I was like, "No way, I don't want to write a book. It's ridiculous." So as I continued on doing a couple more of these, I didn't really do too much, but as I continued doing more, I just kept on people saying that I should be writing a book. And so my agent was getting this feedback too. And I was like, well, this is weird. Like, why people think I should be writing a book? And I've had people message me saying like, "Hey, I really think you should be writing a book." And what really hit me was the impact that I was having on people on these speaking engagements. One person said, like, "You literally changed my life. Like, I think I was going to, like, you saved my life," kind of thing. I don't want to go into detail what they told me otherwise, but it technically said, like, if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be here. And that was when it really hit me, the gravity of my story and the impact it can have on people. And so opportunity actually kind of presented itself. I didn't go out looking for it. And I actually had a hard time even debating on writing it. I was still pretty against it, not going to lie. But I started talking to some friends and family and just hearing their support. I only wanted to write a book that was going to help others. And that was the whole idea. I just want to help people. And I know it gives me fuel and it fuels my soul, honestly, to help others. So for that process, it was hard, and talked to lots of people. Hillary Wickenheiser is another one I talked to. And I just asked her, like, "Hey, what do you think about this? Like, what are your thoughts?" She said, "I think you could really help people." And so I'm able to donate a portion of the proceeds. So I did that. I'm donating a portion of proceeds to Stars Air Ambulance. And they help save lives on April 6th, 2018. And they also save lives every day. I think there's nothing more powerful than a second chance of life. I'm also able to create some conversation with that book too, because I talk about a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't really discuss. I hope that it opens up some minds to just talk about with their family and friends, but also to change some perspectives too through the crossroads in their life and how they can move forward from it.
Holy smoke, Kaleb. Well, I knew you were a good person. Now I think you're an even smarter person than I thought you were before. Good for you. And great answer, by the way, because I figured you wouldn't want to write a book about this. I get it. And so thanks for explaining how it came around. Roxanne Theris, by the way, writing from Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions, she says, "So great to hear from Kaleb. My book is scheduled to arrive on Friday." Now, you're just telling your story. Like, are you surprised that it's affected people the way that it has when you do these speaking engagements?
It has. Like, didn't know what to expect, and there's a high demand for for someone to speak, or not even someone, but just for me to speak. I had people reach out saying, "I want to hear your story. I want to hear more about you." And so I did the first one, and I was shaking the whole time. I didn't know what to say. I had the papers in my hand. I was really shaking as I was doing it. And I had done some talking engagements before with type 1 diabetes. I was a big advocate for Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. I was with Notre Dame. I became an ambassador there, and now I'm a national ambassador with JDRF. So I had that experience a bit of dealing with a bit of media and a bit of speaking, but nothing crazy. So after that, it really hit me like how much of an impact it was. And it really kind of made me look back and reflect on what I could do to this world and the impact that I could have on people's lives. And so with this, hopefully it does have an impact, but if it only touches one person's soul and it makes them change their perspective or think differently on life, then I've achieved my goal. Because at the end of the day, I just want to help others. And I truly believe that doing through this process even helps me more than it'll help other people too. So
I was just going to say, plus you heal too, right? So from some of our viewers, from Jennifer Illingworth, she says, "Wow, the strength you have, Kaleb. Congrats on the book." From Wayne in Victoria, BC, "Kaleb is a very mature young man, and to have the fortitude to write a book about the tragedy is wonderful. Well, tragedy and trauma changes you. You can go one of two ways. And you can see the way that Kaleb's going. He's getting stronger out of it. Or you can let it define your life and never recover. So I'm proud of you that way, Kaleb, for a million reasons. Now, last I heard, you were playing at York. You still playing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still there. Haven't played an actual game, though, but I practice and work with the team. I'm taking over a recruiting role, too. So I have that little bit of a coach's side. It's weird. I'm like in the middleman. So like I'm with the players. I hang with the players, but I also have the coaching aspect where I help like run personal training sessions and practices, shooting on the goalies, and also the recruiting aspect. So I'm like in the middle, but it's really nice because I can say what the players are feeling to the coaches, and they can't get mad at me because I'm not even playing. They can't sit me. But then I also can say to the coaches are saying to the players and say, hey, like we need to pick it up. Like let's go. And I can still be a leader for the team. So it's a really cool situation to be in. And I really am enjoying my time as a Lion.
Sounds like you're hooked. Are you going to be working in hockey forever or what?
I'd love to, actually. It'd be really cool. But I want to go into chiropractic school. I have applied to Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College in Toronto here. And just hope that I get in. I just really think chiropractic is my passion and my dream. I've loved it since I was 13. I have Sherman's disease, which is curvature of your spine. So it looks like I have a hunchback, kind of like Lucic in a sense.
Yeah.
Like Lucic. But for me, I just really changed my life. It's been life-changing, and it's a passion I have of helping others and health, and you combine the two together, and that's it for me. So that's my goal.
I've never noticed that with you, but if you say it, I'll take your word for it. Jason in Red Deer is watching. He says, I lived in Humboldt back in 2000. I loved it there. Such a tight-knit community, and hockey is big there. Oh, it's so big. Mm-hmm. So naturally, I've become enthralled in the Broncos story. Glad to see and hear how you're doing, Kaleb. From Mark Zosel, he's in Malford. He says, I can't wait to buy this book. Stay strong, Kaleb. You know, can I just say this? I think you should be a chiropractor and coach on the side. You'll make way more money. That's what you're going to do? Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I want to coach my kids. I want to be like the cool dad on the ice, not the hardo dad, just a cool dad. Not
the psycho dad.
Yeah, no. Just the one that's cool, likes to have fun. Like, let's have some fun, kids. Yeah, that's me. I want to be that guy.
Okay, good for you. Well, if you want to, you will. Do you get back to Humboldt much? Do you plan to go back to Humboldt much? What does the thought of going back to Humboldt bring up in you?
Yeah, so in the book, actually, when I was in the hospital, that was my main goal, was just to get out and go back to Humboldt. I wanted to help the community heal from this, and I wanted to be a part of the community because I felt like a Humboldt citizen when I was there. And I still feel like a Humboldt citizen. So I try to go back as much as I can. I was able to go back lots the summer of the tragedy. And then recently I haven't been able to because of COVID. And then also when I was in Toronto, it was hard to get back. So I'd go in the summer and visit. And hopefully after this passes here, I can go back. I'm immunocompromised, so I'm trying to be a little bit serious and careful about where I'm going and what I'm doing. And I want to be safe and for other people too. And so hopefully I can go back. I actually visited my beloved family, would have been a couple of weeks ago now. So it was really nice and a treat to talk with them and spend some time with them too. We went skating at the EPA, so that was a treat.
The Rod Pedersen Arena, for those that don't know. Remember that day the Rough Riders came and practiced in Humboldt? I remember you were there because you were signing a lot of autographs. Was that day a blur, or what do you remember about that day?
No, that day was a JDRF day. So it was the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation Walk for a Cure Day. And so that was a program that I volunteered with throughout the whole year. And it was another event for Walking for a Cure, and it was awesome. Yeah, the riders were there. That was a good time that day. It was cool seeing and meeting all those people too. It was pretty cool.
I think you signed more autographs than Chris Jones that day, if I recall.
I don't know about that. It's a weird situation though, because like it's for the wrong reasons. And I wrote about this in this Players Tribune article that it feels weird being called famous because I don't want to be called famous because of this situation. I just want to be a normal person. And I am a normal person with just an abnormal circumstance that happened to me. And so if I can try to make a positive change in this world and try to help some other people, then why not do that?
Good for you. Well, you can't control how the public reacts, as you know, right? So you're just going with it. And so just with the book, HarperCollins has published it. Did you just write it all yourself on your laptop? Did you have a little help with it? How did that go?
Yeah, so I actually had a co-author and had turned to ghost authors. His book's coming out here in May. So he was told that I can't really say his name in any interviews, but he was professional and absolutely amazing to work with. He's really helped out tremendously. And so we'd meet up every Sunday for around 4 hours. We started in January 2020. And every Sunday for around 4 hours, we'd have an interview and just talk. And so we'd talk and just like get to know the deep side of me, and also to kind of reflect on my life and the stories I wanted to tell and stories I didn't feel comfortable telling. And then we transcribed the interviews to text, and then we organized all the chapters together. And so he helped me organize a chapter and how to kind of process it. And then he would send me the chapter. I would edit it completely. I'd tear it apart, no offense, but I wanted it like a certain way. And we finally started like to get the rhythm near the end. And so he would send me a chapter, I'd edit it, and then I'd send it back to him. And then we'd hop on a Zoom call and discuss the chapter in deep and length. And then we'd go back, and then he'd send it to me again, and I continue editing it. So it was a really collaborative process, and we had lots of great ideas, and I'm really, really grateful I had put in all my heart into this, because this is just one of the 29 stories from that day. It's not the Broncos book, it's a Broncos book. But there's so much more inside of it than Broncos. And that's the part that I really love, and I think is really special about this, is that I'm able to talk about other things in life that happen too, that other people can relate with.
Well, I know that there's no easy way to write a book. I've written 3. And for you, Kaleb, I just want to say I'm proud of you. I know it's not easy to be you, and proud of what you're doing, and good luck. And if you ever need anything, we're here for you. And all the successes in the world with this.
Amazing. Thank you so much for all your support. It really means the world. And thanks for letting me come on. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, bud. Stay safe.
Thank you. You too.
Kaleb Dahlgren joining us from the York Lions and former Humboldt Bronco. His book, Crossroad, is in stores now. It's a HarperCollins production. From some of our viewers, from Bill Lothian, well spoken, Kaleb. Great job in your book and life promo, currently involved in You'll Do Well. From Mike Blackbird in Toronto, he says, the humble Bronco. Glenn, watching in Tallahassee, Florida, this kid has a bright future. Congrats. And Monty in Saskatoon says, Monty says, where can I get this book? Any bookstore in Saskatoon, Monty. McNally Robinson, Chapters. It's going to be everywhere. Corey DeTavio watching in Manitoba. Great job, brother. Humboldt strong. A sports update before we break. The Blue Jays and Yankees meeting today in Dunedin, Florida for Grapefruit League play. Righty Thomas Hatch scheduled to start for Toronto. It's 0-0 in the top second. Jays 9-6-1 in spring training after yesterday's 13-3 thumping of the Phillies. Vladdy had 4 hits in the game, including a triple. Thatcher Demko and the Vancouver Canucks will try for back-to-back wins over the Ottawa Senators when they meet tonight at the CT Centre. Demko stopped 44 shots in a 3-2 overtime win on Monday. Daryl Sutter is aiming to stay undefeated since taking over coaching duties with the Flames. Calgary hosts the Oilers tonight, and the Flames 3-0 since the Jolly Rancher took over, including a 4-3 win over the Oilers on Monday. Raptors have slid out of a playoff spot and are on a 5-game losing streak as they get set to face the Pistons tonight in Detroit. Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Malachi Flynn, and Patrick McCaw were cleared to practice in Detroit yesterday after being sidelined for health and safety protocols for more than a week. Hey, we've got tremendous odds on the game with our official betting partner, Come On Canada. You can go to their website, comeon.com, or download the app. $5 wager, bet on the Raps, win $24. And the Saskatchewan Rattlers, member club of the Canadian Elite Basketball League, are excited to announce the signing of 2-time CEBL First Team All-Star and 2020 Summer Series champion Travis Daniels to their roster. The veteran forward joins the Rattlers after spending the past 2 seasons with the champion Edmonton Stingers. This sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number one source for Western Hockey League breaking news and analysis with the best team of writers across Western Canada and the Pacific Northwest. Visit today, dubnetwork.ca. And for Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars, now with 8 amazing flavors, including the new almond mocha. RP Show viewers get 20% off with the promo code RP Show. Order yours now at g2gbars.ca. And Monty's brought it up. Is it the Monty Show? Yeah. Today it is. Love you, Monty. He talks about the Saskatoon Blades playing today, and they do. Might as well get into sports on tap right now for our friends at the Tap Drive-Thru Liquor Store and Brewhouse. National Hockey League, 6 games tonight. I just mentioned the key ones in Canada. Canada's team, the Vegas Golden Knights, are home to the San Jose Sharks. I mentioned the Blue Jays. I mentioned the Raptors. They are at Detroit tonight. But in the Western Hockey League, and you can watch this game on Access Now TV, it's the Regina Pats looking for their first win against the similarly winless Swift Current Broncos, 8 p.m. The 4 p.m. game in the WHL East Bubble is the Winnipeg Ice, 1-1, at the Saskatoon Blades, 2-0. 4 p.m. on Cool FM, Saskatoon. Dupes will join me next. We'll get into the CFL, XFL talk because you're all dying to talk about it. So Viewer Takeover starts right after this. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk. For Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 GMC Yukon, Sierra, or Buick Encore GX and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital GMC in Regina. Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Building a deeper connection with our fans by putting them in the show. It's a new era of sports talk. The Rod Pedersen Show airs from 10 to noon, Monday to Friday on Facebook Live. Join the conversation today and tune in. Online, on your phone, at home, at work. Follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. And subscribe on YouTube for all the content you want to watch. Don't wait, do it right now. Laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Whoa! We got caught visiting here in the break.
Happens.
These guys came out of their cage in the back and wanted to chat.
When you like where you work and who you work with.
They couldn't wait till the post-show meeting. And what the hell happened to you?
I know.
What do you think this is? Good Life?
This is a halftime show, right? Costume change.
The guy, oh yeah, we got Shakira over here. He literally worked out in his office for the last
25.
It's not much of a workout now that I think about
25 minutes. You just said 28 minutes on your thing. You burned 500 calories.
Yeah. Do you have a Bowflex Max in your office?
I was doing 100 and I was doing push-ups and squats and the lab workout.
Here we go. Jeff in Winnipeg says we need a DuPont brand update. Have you got the brand built yet?
Pretty close. The fabricators are just putting the finishing touches on it. Then I'll have an update.
I'm missing something here. Mike in Toronto says, oh no, more denial that the CFL has done nothing wrong except for 3 teams. To what are you expecting, sir? To what are you expecting? Or what are you referring, sorry? Because as you said, the CFL is getting blamed for a lot right now. You're wondering if there's too much heat towards them. Well, since I said it earlier, and I'll say it again, I said today's St. Patrick's Day. People are wondering what we're doing for it. We're doing nothing for it. I'm an alcoholic in recovery, okay? St. Patrick's Day used to be Grey Cup, Super Bowl, Christmas, Easter, everything. So now it's just another day. And if some guy said to me, well, why can't you celebrate it without alcohol? Because I don't want to. It's my choice, okay? You do you, I'll do me. But anyways, with that CFL thing and the owners, and here we are, and somebody said, you don't actually think the CFL owners are that dumb that they're going to be played by The Rock in this scenario? We have a little saying in 12-step meetings. Stick with me here. We're sitting there and say, my best thinking got me here. So what do you got for me? I'm willing to listen. The CFL's best thinking has got them in this mess that they're in right now. Can I put it any better than that?
Nope.
And with regards to them playing or not playing, and I said that we were going to delve into this CFL, XFL talk right now. I was on that wonderful XFL Mark podcast yesterday. It's going to be posted tomorrow. They just can't get their heads around the fact. They're like, TSN pays for the entire player salary cap. The entire payroll's paid. Then what's the problem? I said, would people stop asking me that question? Put it to the presidents and the owners. They spend more than they make. Always have. But now they're in a way worse situation than they've ever been, and the pandemic exposed it. So here's the other thing. Revenues. Like, they have a lot of sponsors, right? Yes, sponsors are predicated on games. Television rights, ticket sales, luxury suites, sideline ads, radio broadcast, radio and TV broadcast. None of that's happening. They have no revenue. So they can't play without getting some money, and they can't get money without playing. And that's the juxtaposition that they're in right now. So I'm talking to 2 guys in America, XFL guys, that are just like, wait, we can't get our mind around this. I'm like, welcome to the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, it's true. And the moment you take responsibility and accountability for the situation you're in, that's step 1 to getting out of it. No matter what, we all want to blame something else for our problems. When things aren't working, it's their fault. It's not our fault, it's their fault. Well, you're in this situation. Yeah, but a hurricane took out my house. That's not my fault. Yeah, you chose to live on the coast. Once you start realizing that, you're in control of your life, then you can get out of it. And the same in business, right? You're in this position. You can blame other people for being in this position, but you're in the position.
Because of your own best thinking.
And there can be all kinds of unfortunate circumstances that, maybe you can't control, but you're still in the position. So accept that you're there. Accept that, what you've done has got you there, and you need to do something different to get out of it. And that applies to anything. And once you can get your mind in that frame, and once you can wrap your head around that and have that mindset, then you're going to be able to get out of it. The CFL has to accept they're in this position and stop the blame game, but you're in this position for how you've acted. Now you need to find a different way to get out of it.
And until they do that,
they'll never get out of it.
They'll never get out of it. So Nelson Hakowicz writes in, come on, Nelson, you're better than this. Our VP of Sim Events says, Ontario Sports Minister Lisa MacLeod is open to a Canadian bubble of the CFL return to play. That means we're just an Alberta approval from having a majority. Nelson, that is so last July. They could have played in a bubble last year. The WHL's doing it. The NHL's doing it. The CEBL's doing it. The Curling Canada's doing it. The CFL can't afford to do it.
They don't want to.
They don't want to. Stop dreaming. Stop dreaming, you guys. You know what those XFL guys tweeted yesterday after? They said, by the way, we're learning that whenever Rod Pedersen tells it like it is, people get really mad. I don't know. The phrase peeing on your head and telling you that it's raining? Do you like that? I'm going to read an email here. This is you got to listen and listen right to the end. I watch your show now that TELUS has added Game Plus to my feed, and I enjoy the hockey talk. I was going to respond a few days ago regarding your reference that nobody had the nickname Mouse, but I'm not on social media, so I suppressed the urge. Then today, I enjoyed the Dale Durkach appearance. As the longtime vice president of public relations for the Edmonton Oilers, it always rankled me that small stature players like Dale were not generally afforded the opportunity to play in the NHL, but when you started referencing his nickname, Rat, I was motivated to contact you. As a true blue WHLer, you must remember Mark Morrison of the Victoria Cougars. He was very much like Durkach in terms of size and skills, and his nickname was Mouse. And of course, the only real Rat in hockey also won a Stanley Cup in Edmonton. Love the rants. Cheers, Bill Tuelli, VP Public Relations, Edmonton Oilers, 1980 to 2004. This guy is a stud. And I told him, I remember you, Bill, from my dad's 26 years with the Dallas Stars, Minnesota North Stars, and those wonderful battles between the Oilers and Stars. I was around the arena. Bill Tuelli was the man. As a matter of fact, I think they have an award named after him, the Bill Tuelli Public Relations Award of the National Hockey League.
Wow.
The man. And he's watching, and he loves the hockey talk, and he loves the rants. So at least one person does, as I told him.
That's cool.
So we'll be back with more viewer takeover, okay? You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and listen live for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital Ford Lincoln. We continue to follow strict COVID-19 guidelines, but we've also made it easier than ever to skip the showroom and shop online. Trade up to an all-new 2021 Ford F-150 Explorer or 2020 Ford Escape and get super low payments and super high trade-in values all month long. Plus, shop online or in-store and shop worry-free with our great selection of thoroughly inspected pre-owned vehicles. It's time to trade and upgrade at Capital Ford Lincoln in Regina.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say. And I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Thank you very much, big voice guy. How about that? Rick Regan. Haven't heard from him for a while.
I know.
He's very active on Facebook, though.
Good.
Just haven't talked to him. So regarding the bubble thing, Chris Pollock writes in regarding that the Ontario Sport Minister, she'd be okay with a CFL bubble. He says, who pays for that? NHL bubble for 2 months was $90 million, and that was without player salaries, as it was playoffs. Both bubbles would be around 800 to 850 players and personnel. I repeat, I cannot see a scenario where the CFL plays without at least 50% spectators. You really need to follow Naylor's Twitter, okay? If you don't like or trust me, follow Naylor, because he has said it. They won't play without fans. So to talk about playing in a bubble for the CFL and get everybody excited, come on. They want it so bad, right? That's what it is. The fans want it, the players want it.
I don't blame them.
It's not realistic. Why don't we all jump on a cruise ship and sail around the world and play football on the cruise ship? Let's do that. That's about as realistic as playing in a CFL bubble.
It's like
as a matter of fact, I'd rather do the cruise ship thing.
It's like my little cousin. I coach hockey. He's 6. And every time after hockey, are you going to come over after? No, sorry, Jackson. I got to go do this. I got to go back to the office. So after you're coming? No, I've got some plans. I'm busy today.
Exactly.
So you could just skip it, right? So romantic about what he wants that all the obstacles are just not even there, right?
Wayne in Victoria, BC. Thank God for Rod Pedersen on TV. I don't know how I'd have gotten through the pandemic without your show to entertain me. LOL. Well, incidentally, we replayed 4 p.m. Eastern, just so you know. That's 4 hours a day. If it helps. No charge. From Greg Klevgard. In Rod we trust on the new $5 bill. No, that needs to be Wayne Gretzky. Jay in Vancouver watching. He says, follow David Naylor, folks. I'm telling you, man. I respect Nails immensely. He's not going to lie to you either. He's been predicting a merger here. He's been teasing it. He's been saying they won't play without fans. So, yeah. Oh, look at this. Few things. Oh, Mike Blackbird in Toronto. CFL, Cruise Football League. From James Thrice, Rod's idea a month ago about the CFL playing the 2021 season down in the States would have worked great. So, of course, they probably didn't consider it. As you said, a lot of them don't even want to play.
They don't want to.
Metal Shingle Guy on the Prairie Mobile text line. Yep, the CFL needs the XFL more. The government won't give them money. Redbird could buy the country. In the end, the Rock's going to end up owning the whole thing. Not Canada. The CFL. From Brady, Prairie and Willow text line. Get ready for this. Hey, Rod, the Pats can't seem to win to save their lives. Massive choking hazard. Zip it. Don't talk about God's team that way. He says Russell Wilson will not be traded. Raptors will not win tonight if they're without their starting lineup. Habs play today. Cole Caulfield will be one hell of a player. He's one of the best players in the World Juniors. Yeah, Habs are at the Jets tonight. I don't want to face off with you anymore. I'm tired of being adversarial. Why don't you face off with Brady? You and Brady are going to face off.
What are we going to take? Russell Wilson.
No, he says Russell Wilson will not be traded. Clearly, he thinks ever. The face-off is for the Ultimate Fan Zone Moose Jaw and the Mad Greek Restaurant. You think Russell Wilson's got to go?
I think he's got to go. He should absolutely be traded. And here's why. Look, you just lost your number one corner in Shaquille Griffith. You've got dissension right now, and these rumors don't come out of thin air. And this talk of trades doesn't happen just out of nothing. So if you've got that, why not go full rebuild? Look at the Rams are good. The 49ers are getting better. The division's really good, right? The Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good division. So take your chances, start rebuilding. The Bears are reportedly offering you 3 first-round picks and 2 starters. Take it. Those types of deals don't come around that often for a player who's not happy. So I think Russell Wilson should be traded. Send him to Chicago and start the rebuild and accelerate the rebuild in Seattle.
The Bears are who we thought they were. God, that's so good. Yeah. That's so good.
But they'd be good with Russ.
The Face-Off is brought to you by the Ultimate Fan Zone, your one-stop shop for the sports fans on your list. Visit the Man Cave, downtown Moose Jaw, or on Facebook. And the Mad Greek Restaurant in Moose Jaw, available for licensed dining, takeout, or delivery. Head to themadgreekeatery.com for more information. And I thank all the people that head to the Mad Greek. They're asking for the Rod Pedersen Show special. There isn't one. But if enough people ask, maybe they'll start one.
Maybe it's just a massive pile of those saucy ribs.
Oh, my God. It's so good. I love it. It's so good when it touches your lips. It's so good.
Yeah.
Greg Klevgard says, who wins between the Pats and the Broncos tonight? The team that scores the most goals.
Bold.
No charge. Adam Schultz, one of the viewers, he's from the Moncton Wildcats podcast. He wanted to point out that the bet with Come On is for first-time users only.
Yeah, so sign up. If you've been waiting to sign up, easy money.
People are getting kooky. We need to get off the air. Mike Blackbird says Wilson is going to sign with the CFL-XFL merger and play for the Seattle Dragons. As my mom would say, wouldn't that be a trick? Okay, people are getting giddy. Go enjoy your St. Patrick's Day, okay? We will see you tomorrow with Stu Grimson and the Silver Fox, Kelly Rempel. Big shout-out today, and thank you to Barry Rawlyk, Chad Jacobson, and Kaleb Dahlgren for our entire crew. We'll see you tonight from the Dome at 8 p.m. on Access Now, and tomorrow at noon Eastern right here on Gameplay. Jordan has the bladder of a camel.